Welcome along, everybody. Set, off. And beginning well there was Clonmac Noise out in the centre. Excellent Al off the mark well. Samstown is third, followed by Kevy John. And then we've got Back to Abilene who's fifth on the inside of Boardwalk. Past the birdcage enclosure the first time. 1 lap to go. And Clonmac Noise at a steady gallop leads by a length and a quarter. Excellent Al is second and Kevy John is third. Then Samstown who's racing one away from the rail. They're almost racing in two pairs. Then three pairs rather. Then we've got Back to Abilene who's over on the inside of Boardwalk. Scooting out of the straight and up to the 1700 metres mark, and the locally trained Clonmac Noise with Glenn Killen in the saddle leads by a length and a half. Second is Excellent Al on the outside of Kevy John, and these season stays have all settled down pretty well. They're just going along, enjoying their work at the moment. Samstown is fourth, Boardwalk is fifth, and Back to Abilene is last. 1500 metres to go into the back section, and Clonmac Noise moved away by more than two. Second is Excellent Al on the outside of Kevy John, 1.5 then to Samstown. Damien Brown's got it running along the fence in fourth placing. About to be joined by Boardwalk, and Back to Abilene is tacking on, and there'd only be about 5 lengths between the entire field. Inside the 1200 metres mark, and Clonmac Noise out by 2. Excellent Al second, ahead in front of Kevy John, who enjoys the rails running. Now there's a move on Boardwalk mid-race by Tim Bell, taking off, and he's going to scoot around the outside and go from 5th up to 2nd. So over to the 900 metres mark. It's still Clonmac Noise, a length in front of Boardwalk. 2 lengths away, Excellent Al outside Kevy John. Samstown went back to 5th, and Back to Abilene is last. They're coming down to the Pierce Avenue side of the course. 750 to go. Clonmac Noise out by a length and a half on Boardwalk. Kevy John's moved to a clear third. Excellent Al dropped back to fourth. Under pressure. Being joined there, about to be joined by Samstown, and then came Back to Abilene. Clonmac Noise has been the front runner. Excellent Al under extreme pressures, drop back to 5th. In fact, is about to be joined by Back to Abilene, who's getting to the outside. Clonmac Noise is still the leader. Samstown has it in its sights, though. And at the 300, Samstown moves up to Clonmac Noise. Then Kevy John and Boardwalk, and Back to Abilene down the outside. Here's a good go. Samstown and Clonmac Noise. Samstown's got his head in front. Clonmac Noise comes back. Clonmac Noise kicks back on the inside, draws away and outstays a lot of them. Clonmac Noise too good. Samstown second. Well, Excellent Al, a funny old run, got going late to run third. Kevy John fourth, Boardwalk fifth, Back to Abilene last of all. 2 Clonmac Noise, Glenn Killen for Alan Jones has taken the prize here. If it wasn't headed, it was certainly joined by Samstown. I venture to say Samstown probably ran a narrow margin in front at about the 150, but we saw that the other day here when the rail was in a similar position and the track was wet. Inside horses looked beaten, but they kept kicking. They're on a good part of the track there, the crown of the track up against the rail at the 6 metre position, and Clonmac Noise was